All right, guys. UFC 259 coming up in a couple days now. 3 championship belts, bro. This is gonna be a great fight card, dude.
Man,
Like
they went.
even the fucking prelims, they went hard.
hmm
You know, like
Yeah,
they went in prelims.
they went all out on this one. But exactly like you're saying, to have Dominic Cruz on the prelims, to have Joseph Benavidez on the prelims, that's how you know like the main card was so stacked that they had to put these like big names on the prelims to try to fit them in. Like I cannot wait. There's so many good fights. Even honestly, even the early prelims, Tim Elliott's fighting. Excuse me. That's not a bad fight at all. There's definitely something to watch out over there, but the main card itself, dude, it's so stacked. This March in general is so stacked, especially with the pay-per-view later in the month, that this is definitely a treat that the UFC is given.
All right, dude. Let's jump into this. So first fight of the main card, we have Alexander Rakic and Thiago Santos. Um, Rakic is the favorite in this fight, minus 160. Thiago is the underdog at plus 140. We saw what Rakic did to fucking Anthony Smith a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Fuck that dude up. Um, he did lose to Ozemir the
hmm
fight previous.
But prior to
And
that, he
then,
was doing really well, I believe.
yeah, he hasn't lost since his first fight before
Yeah.
that. And he lost by a split decision on that fight against
Yeah. Close call.
Ozemir.
Close call.
So, dude, Alexander, dude, that boy, he's gonna have that belt around his waist soon. I feel like
I
soon.
like I like Rakic. Well, I like both of these fighters, man. They're both strikers primarily, obviously.
Mhm.
Rakic did work against, like you said, Lionheart. Freaking Santos is a beast, bro. I was super impressed by how tough he was against his fight with John Jones, and then came back from completely destroying his knees in that fight, and he fought Glover Teixeira, and I believe it was first round he had him fucked up, only to get I guess I can't remember 100%, but I believe winded really bad, or he was just completely gassed out, and he got fucked up and submitted the rest of the fight. That kind of
Yeah,
worries me
Glover,
like a
Glover
lot, bro.
Teixeira's a fucking beast. Teixeira's a
He
beast.
he is, man. He is, but like, I don't know. I guess I expected a little bit more from Santos. I've said it before, but a big thing is, especially with some of our predictions, you can only like you want to go off of like recency bias is a real thing. You go off kind of their last fight or their last couple performances, and then sometimes they just show up and they're nothing like what they're supposed to be. He did good in that first round. Obviously, he just maybe gassed out or whatever the situation was. This is a tough one in my opinion, man. Some of these I'm a little bit more confident about than this one, but if I had to guess, Santos is more experienced, but I'll honestly go Rakic, second round finish.
Second round finish, Rakic. I can see uh, he can knock him out. They can
hmm
both knock each other out, right?
Yeah, 100%.
But with the youth of Rocket, I mean, I'm going Rocket all day, dude. You gotta go with him. It's gonna
Eight
be,
8 years younger. Yeah, Santos 37. It starts to add on.
yeah. I'm going Rocket. I can see a decision win.
hmm
I see him running it slow, using some of his grappling that he used against Anthony Smith,
Yep.
and just tearing up Thiago.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely that is a beautiful start to the pay-per-view, man. Super looking forward to that one. We'll see how that turns out. Following that fight, we got finally the return of Islam Makhachev, and he's facing Drew Dober. Tough fight for a return after not fighting, and I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a little while for Islam. Um, very a lot of people are very confident that Islam is going to be basically the next Khabib. He already shows signs of it, but it's kind of they're in the same weight class. So then, once Khabib finished, the first one of the first things he told DC in a conversation was like, "Okay, now we need to focus on getting Islam to the belt." A lot of people talk about how talented he is, which we've seen, in his fights. He's Dagestani, he's got great wrestling, but he's got decent striking as well. He hasn't fought since September of 19, so about a year and a half now. Ring rust is definitely. Some people say it's not real. I think it's definitely going to be an issue.
It's not
It's
a
a
real thing. It's all mental. I feel like,
yeah.
you know.
Those guys are mentally strong too. Them Dagestani boys.
I mean, Islam is coming back from that thing, and they are saying he's the next Khabib.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't lost since he lost to Martins back in 2015, and he lost by TKO. Khabib never lost, so it's hard to
Yeah,
say he's Khabib. Um, on this fight, they do have him as the favorite at minus 345,
I believe
and
it.
Dober at the underdog at plus 285. I I feel like Dober might get the upset on this. Dober is riding a 3-fight win streak. He only lost once in the last 4 years, so
Yeah.
very similar to Islam. Uh, I'm going Dober decision win.
One thing for me, brother, is for people that like they're both obviously I don't know what either one of them are ranked. I know they're definitely top 15. They might have broken into the top 10 as well. Um, if you take into consideration the 155 division, neither of them have really beaten
Anybody.
anybody. I mean, like, okay, Islam's got like wins over like Gleason Tebow. All right, I guess, Davi Ramos, I'm not even familiar with him but that was his last win. But there's it obviously it's how they perform as well. But Drew's faced a lot. I maybe a little bit stiffer competition, I'd say. Um, I
His
know he
last
lost
loss,
he lost to Benil Dariush, and that's a tough fight to have.
who's been a fucking savage.
Yeah,
These last
100%.
6 fights he had, he's been a
He's a
savage.
yeah, he's a beast, man. He beat Nasrat. He knocked him out, which was like, all right. That guy was supposed to be up and coming a little bit. Alexander Hernandez, I mean, Cowboy fucked him up too. So it's like nobody top five material, but Drew definitely seems like he's up there a little bit more. I wish. Fuck. How'd you say a decision win for Dober?
That's a decision, yeah.
Decision win for Dover. It's a tough one, man. This one's also close, but honestly, I'm just gonna have to. Oh fuck, I'm very split on this one, man. And I second guess myself because I've been doing so bad lately on these fucking predictions, man. And I'm trying to take it more about their actual capabilities than just like, oh, I know this guy does this, X, Y, Z. I know Islam is fucking great, and then I'm second doubting myself, like, oh man, but he's a big 155er in my opinion. Islam's scrawny kind of. Dober is fucking big. I'm like, oh, watch him go knock him out like nothing. But then I'm like, yeah, but watch Islam just wrestle him the entire time. Because of that, I'm gonna go Islam decision. That
Islam
wrestling.
decision. We can go with that. Next fight on the card is the first championship belt on the line. We have Peter Yan and Aljamain Sterling on this one. The books have this one super, super tight.
Hmm.
The edge is slightly on Peter Yan's side at minus 115, but Sterling is right there at minus 105. So not even that big of a fucking split.
Yeah.
Either way, win. I I mean, Peter Yan hasn't lost in the UFC yet, and
Yeah.
he only has one loss in his record, I believe.
Just the one. Yep.
Where Aljamain, he's like Sterling's on a 5-fight win streak right now.
But he
Man,
did get
this
knocked out by Marlon Moraes.
with that knee, yeah, that's true. Uh dude, it's this one. This one's so hard to call. Like
It's
compared
a
to all the other fights on this card, like I can be like, yeah, I feel like this guy's gonna win, or I feel like this guy's gonna win. This fight here, I don't know who's gonna win. I
it's a,
literally
it,
don't know.
it's very tough. I've actually been going back and forth with my buddy Trevor about it for like a couple months now because we both came from the Jose Aldo era and we were huge fans of Aldo. And then now he's a big fan of Peter Yan. And I told him, I'm like, man, Aljo's gonna take it. I was very confident in Sterling. Because after I saw what Sterling did to Sanhagen, which going back, there's some because I read it somewhere that he cheated, so I was like, let me go and see what they're talking about. before he cinched in the submission, it was, I guess he had toes in the cage and he used that to kind of help his leverage, whatever the hell it was. Anyways, Aljo's impressive, man. But Peter Yan's a savage too. So I went back, I watched the Peter Yan and Jose Aldo fight, which was significantly better than I remembered it. It was good when it happened, but it was significantly better the second time around. Yan's a savage, bro. He stays in your face. He's got amazing technical boxing. Basically, like him and Aldo were just phone booth boxing. Who's gonna have the better technique? Who's gonna have the better strikes? He's powerful. He's not scared, but
Yeah, but this fight, it's gonna go down if Sterling wants to win this, he's gonna take Peter Yan down and
100%.
submit him.
100%,
And
man.
this is a five round fight. It's not going 5 rounds.
No.
It's gonna be either Peter Yan's gonna get a knockout within the first 2 rounds, or Sterling's gonna get a TK or a submission by the 3rd round.
Yeah. I was I don't know why. Maybe it's because of his hair, but I definitely thought Sterling was a lot taller. But they're both
It's his hair.
5'6". Yeah.
Yeah, it's his hair. He has that eraser.
But even just looking at him, like it is his hair, but then he looks like a John Jones body, and Peter Yan looks like a Uriah Faber, like stocky. But it says they're both 5'6". So I don't. But Sterling's got a 4-inch reach advantage, which is nice. I think Aljo can stand with him. Not power for power, but I think he can, pick his shots and kind of come in and out of range enough to set up his takedowns. And I think that's going to be the defining factor of this fight is takedown after takedown after takedown until he either slips in a submission, like probably around 3rd round, like you said.
You going Sterling?
Sterling with the sub. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm pushing towards is Sterling with the sub, new champ. Moving on to the female fight of the night.
Mm-hmm.
We have Amanda Nunes and Megan. I'm just kidding. Megan Anderson.
Watch
man.
it before she comes beats your ass.
Bro, she would whoop my ass so quick.
100%.
Dude, I have like a little bit of me wants Amanda to lose. Like,
that's so weird that there's something about greatness that eventually someone's like, man, I want this person to lose.
Yeah, like I don't know what it is. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what it is, but I want Amanda to lose. I do have her winning this fight easily. So on paper, I'm saying Amanda wins this fight. She is the favorite at minus 1,200.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
1,200. Where Anderson, she is the underwrite at plus 175. So I mean, if you're betting, take some money, throw it on fucking Megan, and hope. But honestly,
pull something out.
Honestly, I see Amanda winning this easily.
Yeah, bro. Megan's a big girl. She's 6 feet tall. Amanda's only 5'7", so that's gonna play some factor. The thing with the women's featherweight division, it's basically non-existent. There's like 4 people in there, maybe 3, and then like a bantamweight decides to try to move up and it doesn't work out, and so they move back down. Megan lost to, I want to say, Holly Holm, and then she had like a 2-fight win streak, or maybe it was Felicia Spencer, and then she had like a 2-fight, and then it was like 2-fight win streak against who?
Nobody's.
You feel me? Like, no offense to them, but I'm pretty sure I remember one of them. She looked like a teacher or a librarian or some shit. I don't know, but it's like that's all the featherweight division is. Like, whoever can win once, we're gonna give him a title shot. Because there's nobody else for Amanda to fight in that division. There's hardly anybody for her to fight in the bantamweight division. She's already smoked all of them. She's a stronger puncher, the better striker, the better wrestler than Megan. You can never say 100% Amanda's gonna win because there's been times where Anderson, Ronda Rousey, there's been a lot of 100% and somebody eventually loses. But if I had $1,000 to bet for fun, I'm putting all that on Amanda Nunes.
100%. Yeah, I mean this one is a easy one. I feel like Amanda's gonna win it. I can see her dragging it out through all 5 rounds.
Yeah, I hope not because it's and it happens. It's one of those weird, like sometimes like she knocked the fuck out of Chris Cyborg, which is one of the most exciting like 2-minute rounds I've ever seen. And then, with Jermaine Durandamy, who was probably the better striker, she wrestled her and she grappled her, whatever. And then she did the same thing to Felicia. Well, she just couldn't finish Felicia. She had to because Edgar was a tank.
Felicia had a fucking chin.
Yeah, she was a tank. So I'm just hoping, it's a little bit more exciting. Either way, it's cool because there's going to be good combinations and stuff throughout the 5 rounds. But I remember the last time we had like 2 or 3 title fights, and a lot of them went to decision. This shit didn't end till like 2 in the morning, bro. It was like 1:30, something crazy like that. Whatever, if that's the case, that's the case. But let's hope it's a nice first or second round knockout for Amanda. That'd be dope.
Yeah, that'd be good. So we'll see. So we both got Amanda on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're almost split. Like we're even throughout the whole thing, minus the Islam and Drew Dober fight.
Yeah.
The next fight, the main fight, while we're all here,
Yeah,
we had Izzy Adesanya and Jan Blachowicz. Man, Izzy moving up. Izzy hasn't lost in the UFC. Izzy's 106 in his fighting career, bro. And then we have Jan Blachowicz, who just whooped Reyes not too long ago.
Yeah.
He's riding a 4-fight win streak. But he has been knocked out. He has been submitted. He has lost decision fights.
Yeah.
Which Jan are we gonna have when he shows up that night?
It's a tough one, brother. Israel's obviously I think that, especially what he's done in middleweight, and if, let's say hypothetically, he succeeds at light heavyweight, I think Israel can go down as top 3 greatest of all time. I think his technicality is amazing. His precision is so good. He's a great fighter, man. Jan is strong as fuck. Obviously, that Polish power. The way he finished Reyes, I was not expecting. I counted him out, and that's one thing that worries me, man. Is everyone counted Jan out of the Reyes fight. Like everyone thought Reyes was gonna win this, because of how he performed against John Jones, and he went out there and knocked them out. So that's the one thing that worries me is like if everyone thinks Adesanya is gonna win, is everyone's asking him like, what are your thoughts after this? Are you gonna defend both belts? Blah 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 blah. And then Jan's just sitting there like, yeah, like this happens all the time, and then I'm just gonna go out there and knock him out stiff, and whatever happens happens. I hope that doesn't happen. Jan's a really nice guy. From the interviews and stuff, I wish I would have liked him to have like a good career because there's not many light heavyweights that I'm fans of now that John Jones is gone. But I like Israel. Adesanya. I like him. I want him to. I think he's gonna go out there and put on a clinic. I think it's gonna be very similar to the Robert Whittaker fight, where he does try to bum rush him a little bit. And Israel's gonna, just his precision is gonna take over. I think one issue, people are worried about the size difference. I don't know if you watched his interview with Ariel Helwani. Israel's like, maybe he's lying, who knows? But he asked me like, "What do you weigh right now?" He's like, "I weigh like 193," and like,
yeah, but yeah, the size difference is a thing, right? He just fought Paulo Costa. And he just fought,
brother.
And he just before that fought fucking Yoel. Two motherfuckers that aren't 185ers natural.
Yeah.
Both those boys walk around 220-ish.
Fuck.
Like
yeah.
So is he fighting these light heavyweights is not a big deal. Like he has the precision, he has the accuracy to maybe not knock him out, but to win the fights. I mean, I can see this fight kind of going like the Gaslam fight with Izzy, where it's gonna be a tough fight. I don't see Izzy coming out of this unhurt, unscathed like he did against the last 3 fights, against Whittaker, against Yoel, and against Paulo Costa. It's gonna be interesting because I may be wrong, but the last couple guys that he fought weren't really wrestling. Yoel was a wrestler, but never used it.
Right.
Paulo is a striker, right?
Yep.
Whitaker's a striker,
Hmm.
right? Calvin's a striker.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Jan goes in there. I mean, it's partially I'd be surprised because it's a Polish power that he knocks people out. So if he
But
just goes in there and takes Israel down, I'm gonna be like, oh, this is the game we're gonna play, dude. Seriously.
if you look at his record, though, he has, I think, 12. No, 8 to 12 submissions, 8 to
Okay.
12 decisions, and then the least amount was his knockouts.
Yeah, 8
So
knockouts, 9 subs, 10 decisions.
yeah, so he like, yeah, he has the power, but majority of his fights don't end in a knockout.
Yeah, yeah,
You
you
know?
have a point there. Where Izzy, on the other hand, 15 by knockout, 5 decision.
Yep.
It'll be interesting, brother. I think, like I said, if Jan goes out there and starts to grapple with Izzy, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed. Like, I get it. It's don't give a fuck what I'm sure he doesn't give a fuck what I have to say. It's like nobody should. It's just my opinion. It's like if you're primarily a striker, and he just goes in there and just wrestles Izzy because he knows like he might have the advantage, or maybe he doesn't. Who knows? But like, let's say he does. I'm gonna be like, oh, that's kind of weak, but whatever. Get your paycheck, brother. Do what you got to do. But and then I also won't be surprised if because sometimes Izzy fights a little wild. Like even the combination that caught Whitaker is and somewhat Paulo wasn't as obvious, but like the Whitaker one, it was like a very like wide open left hook. He leaves himself wide like that sometimes, and that worries me that he might get caught. If Jan were to do it, that'd be scary. But I'm gonna have to go Israel on this one.
Yeah, I'm going Izzy as well on this one, man. It's gonna be so it's tough.
Yeah.
Because I like both these guys.
Hmm.
But I do want to see the Izzy and John Jones fight.
Yeah.
If Izzy doesn't win, John Jones and Izzy never happen. If Izzy wins, there is a strong possibility that it will happen. Uh, but yeah, man, hey, it's gonna be a fucking amazing card this weekend. Uh, can't can't wait for it.
Oh yeah. 100%, brother. Well, another one last little comment on that is Izzy's when he was in kickboxing, Izzy's fought at heavyweight for his kickboxing. So that's like some people, it's he can probably take some shots. He can probably, he could probably put heavyweights out as well because he's done it before in kickboxing, so he can do it in MMA. But yeah, 100%, man. 3 title fights. That's next level. We got 2 title fights at the end of this month. Can't wait for those either. And then even the earlier fights on the main card with Rakic, Santos, Islam, and Drew Dober. From
Dude,
beginning to end, man.
even the prelims are fucking good.
Even the prelims, man. Dominic Cruz versus Casey Kenny. That's a good fight. Joseph Benavidez versus I forget who he's fighting, but that's going to be a good fight. I'm really looking forward to Saturday night, man. Hopefully you guys are as well. We've been, a little bit here and there with the fact that our last one, man, I think we recorded like 3 times just to find out that the noise got messed up. So that sucked. But we appreciate you watching as always. Like, comment, subscribe. You know how to do the tricks. Any last words, brother?
No, dude, just show some love, baby.
We're all good. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. We appreciate it.